Change. Ay, güey. Dragon Age Inquisition. Ok, Jenny la Roja asiste a una fiesta. ¿Cómo podría descubrirlo? Nuestro noble objetivo le molestó nuestra... Le molestó la distracción de nuestros soldados y un intento por recuperar la atención apuñaló accidentalmente a una reverenda madre en el sombrero. Jenny la Roja es la supuesta benefactora, pero hemos recibido varias propuestas de los testigos. Los bandidos de los que nos había avisado Sutherland son historia. Hay que darle las gracias al chico, podríamos meterlo como compinche de cocina. Mientras.
Let's see what we have.
Okay. Leyland tiene un buen de chamba. Es esta, identificar toda la información sobre el asunto. Salto Ruta Bashot y la controversia. Ok. Nos falta y falta y los dos son de Leilana, pero este lo voy a hacer primero y después, o este lo voy a dejar haciendo hoy. Ok, habría que ir a Costa de la Tormenta. Ok, él sí va y... el tipo A.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
Ok, ¿qué es esto? Ok, creo que... De aquí es que no entremos ahí. Algo. ir hacia... Ahí donde está ese astrario. No. Entonces, por aquí. Ok. De cualquier manera, tengo que pasar por ahí. Ahorita van a ver por acá, porque ahí en donde estoy señalando están las cosas que necesitamos.
That's the end of that.
End of what?
The waking sea. We crossed it to reach haven. Already it seems so long ago.
Safe travels, sir.
Y eso es lo que tenemos que ir cerrando aquí. Para evitar otra blight. Ok, ¿y estos quiénes son? Ah, Darkstone.
Ferelden has faced enough darkspawn for a lifetime. 10 years passed, and you can still see how the blight haunts this country and its people.
Vean, cada vez que matemos a estos Darkstone, este dude lo va a probar. Entonces por eso lo traigo. Por eso cambié a Varric. Y necesitamos a fuerza un mago. Entonces... Ahora, aquí hay un dude también que nos da una poción. La mejor poción del juego. A ver si lo puedo encontrar. Regularmente anda por una zona. Oh no. Es el tema. Ahora tenemos que... Estos son los que hay que matar. eso es todo. Ya con eso podemos regresar a... Por eso quería venir aquí. Bueno, voy a enseñar en dónde están los otros. El otro, o sea, los otros tres deberían de estar... uno está cerca de este astrario, aquí. Por el árbol de piedra y el astrario. Y el otro está por aquí. Por esta zona. Por aquí. Y por aquí. Pero como ya los completé, ahorita voy a regresar a Skyhold. Simplemente para terminar la misión con este dude. Y ya poder tener esos poderes, ya que nos van a ser muy útiles. Y en el... Ok. Ya estando en Skyhold, lo que tenemos que hacer es ir con este dude de acá y decirle, oye, que es que si quiero ser Tempest.
How is the running today?
Excellent. Saved a few.
Waiting. Waiting. Storms are not inclined to wait. Hurry, so we can smash a glass and get to it.
Ok,
I'm not signing on as a Tempest just yet.
¿qué hay que hacer con el Tempest? Hacer esa cosa. No sé qué sea.
Inquisitor.
¿Dónde estaba? ¿Dónde estaba?
Stefan finally died.
¿Qué es aquí?
It was a blessing, really. He's been in so much pain since Haven. He was out of his mind at the end. Smiled. Said he smelled his mother's turnip stew. Slipped away.
Ya escucharon, esa es la última historia. Tengo que ir con este dude.
Our heroes strode the winding road, defiant of the mile. Uncertain pause, home calls, when met the monstrous
Have you
smile.
seen Other White?
He was dead the whole time. He didn't know.
So, Cole. Someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
Mice like?
Do my...
That was for the cats.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint.
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
So, Cole. Can I assume you're responsible for the turnips that have shown up in the fireplaces?
They don't smell the same, Raw.
You needed that soldier to smell them so he could die thinking he'd gone home.
He did go home.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
He did, Cole, he did.
Did you hear the news?
¿Cuál news? Y... Dude. Digo, tantos lugares donde sentarse. ¿Qué onda contigo, Cassandra? ¿Por qué no estás peleando?
Good book?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, are you blushing?
What would I have to blush about?
You tell me.
It's of no interest to you, I'm certain. It's a book.
I can see that.
It's one of Varric's tales. Swords and Shields, the latest chapter.
So you like to read? What's wrong with that?
It's frivolous. There are more important things for me to do.
That's just her favorite.
Nobody asked you to winter.
I couldn't finish the last one you lent me. I actually feel dumber for having tried.
It's literature. Smutty literature. Whatever you do, don't tell Varric.
Why not? I think Varric would be pleased to have another fan.
Pleased? Yes, that's one word for it. They're terrible. And magnificent. And this one ends in a cliffhanger. I know Varric is working on the next. He must be. Pretend you don't know this about me.
Ok, aquí es donde ya podemos hacer esto, que es la botella de humo.
I hope it helps.
Claro.
Is there anything you need?
So, that book you were reading?
Yes, what of it?
So under that taciturn shell beats a true romantic heart.
Why must it be an accusation? Romance is not the sole province of dithering ladies in frilly dresses. It is passion. It is being swept away by the pursuit of an ideal. What is not to like about that?
Oh, I quite agree with you.
Then why are you laughing at me?
I wasn't.
I will never hear the end of this, will I? Is there anything you need?
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Oh, ¿qué estás trayendo?
Inquisitor.
¿Qué ole?
That monster. He's a magister. He eats babies and burn everything.
I heard the same about humans.
You did not. Inquisitor?
Ok, ahorita voy a ir a ver si ya está la Age Inquisition. ¿Qué onda, dude? Ya traigo lo que me pediste.
You finished the recipe for the recipes? All done with the tedious?
I have, and I am.
Then I have a question. Will you leap with me out of this car and prove the eye is surrounded by fire?
I'm ready. I'm ready to commit to this path.
Well, well. Everyone batten down. I'm about to teach your Inquisitor how to play. Now we have some fun.
Ok, ven. Ahora ya con el personaje activo ya puedo hacer este. Esta es la habilidad que estoy buscando. Esta y estas dos. Estas dos habilidades nos van a servir muchísimo. Fuego y hielo. Relámpago no tanto, pero fuego y hielo sí. Y eso es lo que estoy buscando. Entonces, como regularmente dice, este frasco cubre con una pila helada el que aumenta la armadura y congela a los enemigos que te golpean cuerpo a cuerpo. Puedes usar esta técnica mientras está activo otro elixir. Este frasco te cubre en llamas que te impulsan a la actividad frenética durante un breve periodo de tiempo. Tus técnicas no cuestan vigor y los enemigos que te ataquen sufrirán un empujón. No puedes usar esta técnica si hay otro elixir activo. Furia de la tormenta y maestro de tu experiencia con los elixirs te ha hecho estar mejor equipado para manejar pociones y otros consumibles, lo que te permite llevar más de estos artículos a la vez, que te da la posibilidad de no usar un elixir cuando activas una técnica de elixir. Esto no se aplica a las pociones de salud. Ya verán por qué digo esto. Yo pensaba que Asesino era el mejor, pero no. Tempestad es el mejor. Bueno, al menos para mi rogue y para la forma que estoy jugando con dagas. No sé cómo sea para los demás. Aunque Asesino te sirve para hacer un multiplicador de todas estas cosas. Estamos cerca de poder matar dragones. Necesitaría llegar como a nivel 16. Pero una vez que...
Inquisitor.
I've got a minute if you need something.
Cassandra is waiting for the next issue of Swords and Shields.
I must have heard that wrong. It sounded like you just said that Cassandra read my books.
She's a pretty big fan, in fact.
Are we talking about the same Cassandra? Tall, grumpy seeker, like stabbing things? Wait, did you say the romance serial? Oh, she'll be waiting for a while then. I haven't finished it and wasn't planning to. That book is easily the worst I've ever written. The last issue barely sold enough to pay for the ink.
Cassandra parece gustarle, no puede ser nada.
Well, Cassandra seems to be hooked on it.
And I honestly thought a hole in the sky was the weirdest thing that could happen. So, you want me to finish writing the latest issue of my worst serial for Cassandra? Oh, that's such a terrible idea. I have to do it. On one condition. I get to be there when you give her the book.
You've got a deal.
I'll get to work then. You know, the fact that the book is terrible just makes it more worthwhile somehow.
Inquisitor.
Había otra misión. Habría otra misión.
Master Solas asked that, did he? He said it was at your convenience, my lady.
No, I'll see to it right away. His hunches are usually correct.
De todas formas tengo que regresar a la Costa de la Tormenta para hacer muchas cosas más antes de seguir avanzando en el juego, pero... Ok. Herbolarios aprendices, no, oradora... Captura un castillo, lo que pasa es que quiero esta. Por favor, reputación intachable. Con seguridad a un espacio. Sastrería de corte imperial. Entrenamiento completamente exclusivo. Concede un punto de técnica solo para la Inquisidora. Ok, voy a usar este. Ay, no. ¿Qué hice? Tengo que ir ahí. Perdón por salirme y entrar, salir, entrar. Pero... aplastar. Dice: la proveedora Olinka que suministró cristal y químicos a la Inquisición se ha desintegrado.
Any news on rifts beyond reach of the Inquisition?
Yes, and it is not good.
Por lo que sabemos, se trata de un desafortunado incidente con un barril de azufre de pólvora y 2 mapaches hambrientos. Los mapaches tampoco sobrevivieron esta noche. Se revelarán restos por Olinka y sus peludos amigos. Se elevarán. Espero que os deis cuenta de que nos enfrentamos a un verdadero problema. Nuestros suministros son finitos y no vamos a quedar sin ellos. Necesitaremos otro problema. El problema es que nadie quiere manipular la sustancia que pedimos. Kim. Nada funciona. No funciona con tanta rapidez y eficacia como la intimidación. Tenemos los espadas bien dispuestas. Ah, no. Todos tienen un precio. Con suficiente oro, alguien les dará. No. Ay, estos güeyes así.
Can you arrange what we discussed earlier, Ambassador?
I found the money. The Inquisition will compensate the families of those we lost at Haven.
Okay.
Thank you.
Voy a mandarla. ¿Cuánto falta de esto? Falta media hora más o menos. Mandaré a este dude.
All right.
Acá. Y a ella.
At your service.
Que podría ir aquí. momento que quería hacer esto. Sí, no. ¿Hay algo? ¿Por qué me siguen dando cosas ahí? Ok, ya con estas nuevas habilidades. Ah, sí, es cierto. Ok, ven, aquí está mi habilidad ya del frasco. Es esta. Y lo único que necesito. Ahora, para ir acá. Necesito ir aquí primero. Ellos dos y un mago. ¿Qué puede ser? Bien. ¿Cómo íbamos? Incluso podría dejar a Cassandra y llevar a Bull. Yo creo que sí. Tu prix de Lyon. Ok, ya pensé en un mejor grupo. Va a ser él. Y vamos a cotorrear a gusto. A ver, según yo no hay nada de los Venetori aquí, ¿o sí? No, solo Lirio, pero... Ok. Una vez llegando aquí, cambiaré por Barrick y ya entraré ahí. ¿Y esto qué es? Desastre. Osamar solicita ayuda urgente. Ve a la mesa de guerra y descubre por qué. Ok.
Pathetic little bar.
Can we get away from the water? I'm feeling seasick already.
Ok, T-20 está en un desierto, por lo que este dude puede que sea real, que se siente super mal. Ok, necesito loto de sangre. Hay que agarrar bastante. Entonces me verán ahí como serpenteando con tal de agarrar este material que necesito, y también las plantas que hay aquí en loto negro. Todas estas cosas que me voy echando. Garro de predador oscuro. Ok, ese poder, Black Bull lo prueba. O sea, cada dude que matemos de esos Black Bull va a estar a prueba y a prueba y a prueba, por eso lo traigo. Ok, creo que es aquí. Este dude, ¿dónde está? Listo. Con esto ya puedo usar más habilidades con lo que acabo de obtener. Y seguimos avanzando. No sé si necesito de esta hierba, pero a lo mejor voy a agarrarla. Según yo no necesito. Ok, ¿para dónde es? Bueno, aquí hay puro Black Spawn. O sea, estos dudes están peleando porque son Grey Wardens. Y si no deberían de ser, iré caminando. Ok, a lo mejor aquí sirve para acá. Dejarme jaladas de estar caminando por allá abajo. Voy a avanzar acá. Ya acabó y ahorita va a acabar el otro. Vamos allá. Nada más que aquí no sé en dónde esté. Entonces ya adquirimos esta semilla. Me falta adquirir la semilla de la no sé qué real, raíz del super real. A ver, es ahí.
The one with the extra armor must lead the pack.
Flecha de Furlock. Y tengo que regresar por acá para subir todo y después irme al otro lado con Barrick para hacer lo de los engendros. Yo creo que me voy a llevar a Barrick a Bulia. A un maguillo y a un maguider. Si estos dos van caminando por ahí es porque ya se madrearon alto. No, a por el oso, dude. No, no por el oso, por el... Ese güey se va a morir. Anillos de no sé qué me dieron. Ahorita está. Vamos, avanza, avanza. ¿Dónde está ese chozo? ¿Verdad, güey?
A Grey Warden recruiter. That sounds interesting.
It's not easy finding people willing to shoulder such a terrible responsibility.
Here I thought you poked around prisons, hunting for murderers, desperate to escape the noose.
That's what you think of wardens?
It's not such a terrible thing. Some of my best friends are murderers.
They are men and women atoning for what they've done by giving of themselves. They fight for people like you, people in silks and velvets, who talk and judge.
Who's judging now?
I know your kind.
Ya acabó la Ilana, por lo que regresaré otra vez allá. Yo sé que estoy haciendo que esto dure más, pero créanme, mejor así que... Ok, aquí está la entrada más adelante de Osamar, pero bueno, haré algo. El profeta. Oh, dame una semilla. Maldita sea.
That's the end of that.
Ok, y entonces es por aquí. Entrar a los caminos de las profundidades. A los deep roads. No. Todavía no. O sea, tanto pinche. Ese es tu elevador. Una escalera, cabrón. Estabas mame y mame que mi elevador. Cada vez que hagamos eso, Blackwell va a probar y a probar y a probar todas estas tonterías así de... Y créanme que Blackwell es una de las personas como que... o de los personajes más complicados para subir. Ok, tengo que regresar aquí a Skyhold y regresar otra vez a Costa de la Tormenta.
Inquisitor.
Aquí creo que va a sonar tonto, pero creo que Barry ya arregló, ya terminó su libro. Y ahorita lo voy a llevar con Cassandra. Lo primero, reclutar por la Inquisición. Hemos conseguido acceder a varias bibliotecas y archivos privados. Por desgracia no hay información sobre Corypheus. No obstante, hemos encontrado este fascinante tratado de Ilana. Gracias. Entonces, chavo. ¿Cuál iba primero? Trabajo en material, sí,
Let's see what we have.
Ponerlos a explotar a todos. Ok, falta. Y acabo de regarla.
The city has agreed to send us 6 guardsmen.
Not raw recruits. With luck, they'll know which end to grip a sword by.
Ok. Como pueden ver, esta Leilana es la más ocupada de todas. ¿Por qué maldita sea? No sé. Pero es la que da mejores soluciones. Y como, o al menos para mí, el otro güey, el Holland, es nada más así de... Ah, vamos a matar a alguien. Vamos a explotar a alguien. Marchemos. Esas son sus soluciones. Y la otra siempre quiere así de... Vamos a platicar. Así de... No, dude. Ok, aquí está. Barry detrás.
What can I do for you, Inquisitor?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Todavía no hay nada. Voy a ver aquí a Cassandra a ver si ya. De casualidad.
Inquisitor.
3 ojos. Aquí está. Bueno.
What have you done now?
I get it, Seeker. You're still sore after our spat.
I'm not a child, Varric. Do not suggest I'm without reason.
A peace offering. The next chapter of Swords and Shields. I hear you're a fan.
This is your doing.
I was hoping you'd be happy about it.
Well, if you're not interested, you're not interested. Still needs editing anyhow.
Wait!
You're probably wondering what happens to the Knight Captain after the last chapter.
Nothing should happen to her. She was falsely accused.
Well, it turns out the guardsmen...
Don't tell me!
This is the part where you thank the Inquisitor. I don't normally give sneak peeks, after all.
Thank you.
Varric's the one you should be thanking.
I am but a humble servant to my loyal readers.
I wonder if I have time to read the first part.
Don't forget to tell all your friends, if you have any. Completely worth it.
Yes?
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Okay.
Consider it done.
Have to make sure it's cleared after. Don't need squires. Inquisitor.
Yeah. Requerido 17, ok. Voy a ver si está la Inquisition. No. Ok, voy a hablar con este dude a ver si quiere contarme algo. ¿Quieres contar algo, dude?
Inquisitor?
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of Wardens.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
If this is true, then all Wardens are in danger. Even you. We'd better find your brothers.
I agree. If Hawk's given you an idea where to start, we should get moving immediately.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I just know that you could shake this world to its foundations if you willed it.
We should
otra vez iré a Storm Coast. Pero esta vez tengo que llevar a Barrick. Así que llevaré a Barrick. Bueno, él no. Él ya a mí no. Se quejó. Vamos con ella. Cuando se pusieron todos los enemigos morados fue el de horror de de este dude.
This might interest you, sir.
Ok, dime qué es.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
What is it? Oh, ok, no sé dónde está la mesa de los... ¿Qué? Da igual. Ahora vamos a por ello. Ok, ¿por dónde es? Es por esta zona, creo. Sí, por esta zona. Hay un dude que da una poción importante, pero...
They won't be needing them now that they're with us.
Intentaré agarrar más de esto porque ahora sí vamos a usar mucho más. Regularmente siempre tenía mucho y no lo necesitaba, pero ahora... ¿Qué es esto? Guarda del carnero. No me enorgullece tener esas cosas, pero bueno. Ok, si se acuerdan, esto estaba cerrado antes y sigue cerrado. Ok. Bueno, tengo que ir entonces a las tierras interiores, a las Hinterlands. Y a ver, según yo aquí hay. Y ahora sí tengo que traer a estos dudes y a Cassandra. ¿Qué es esto? Ok, voy a ir primero para acá. Hay que ser más solito y después salen los otros dos. Cuando el duque Gaspar atacó a la emperatriz de Orley en un intento de apoderarse por el del trono, supimos que el negocio se pertenecía. tiene que venir ella. Y lo voy a traer ahí. Para que vean. ¿Qué onda? ¿Ustedes qué? ¿Tú qué? Ahí no me dijo nada.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
Nunca.
Safe travel, sir.
Gracias. ¿Ven cómo se está llenando un segundo? Vean, un segundo puntito. Estos son los que acabo de subir para poder echar más poderes de estos más. De repente puedes echar 3, entonces matar a un dragón es lo más sencillo del mundo. Ah, ¿qué hice? ¿Por qué me vine por acá? Ay, qué baboso. No, pues perdón. Ya caminé mal, pero bueno. Es para allá.
Inquisitor.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Eh?
One down.
¿Qué van aquí? Ok, y luego decir por acá. Yo creo que ya podría matar más fácil al dragón, pero de todas formas quiero que vean cómo es matarlo en un segundo.
One of the Templar targets. It's over. Thank you for bringing us here.
Ahora. Ay, ¿por qué? Habiendo terreno. Ok. Sí, dame una semilla. Yup. Ok. Ok, simplemente aquí vengo por el loto y ya. Hay mucho loto acá arriba, entonces. Ok, la canción.
Your uncle misses you, Cassandra.
Picked that up from my head, did you?
No, he wrote you a letter. There was pain on the page.
Stop going into my quarters. How many times must I tell you?
¿Vieron? O sea, bastante... Hubo bastante flor de loto aquí. Casi logro conseguir todas las que necesito. En este mapa hay más de este lado. Aquí... Dios, ¿dónde está? Ajá, por acá arriba. En esta zona también hay flor de loto. Ok, aquí podemos ir con este dude. También hay flor. Ah, no, hay... No sé qué usanza o no sé.
They say a desire demon took the mind of our young Lord Connor. The hero of Ferelden drove the demon away to save him. Make her be praised.
Ok. Esa historia ya me la sé, doña. Ya basta.
We'll be joining up soon, Your Worship. Thank you for all you've done.
Ok, aquí va a ser un problema porque... Ya verán por qué.
The place is deserted. Is this normal, or...?
Dorian.
Father? You knew about this? Is that why you brought me here?
I wasn't expecting your father here.
I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping? Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
Considering you lied to get him here, Dorian has every right to be furious.
You don't know the half of it. But maybe you should.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
¿Por qué pues vete así?
I'll need you to explain that.
Did I stutter? Men and the company thereof, as in sex. Surely you've heard of it.
This is not exactly news, Dorian.
And why should it be? Why should anyone care? I have no idea.
This display is uncalled for.
No, it is called for. You called for it by luring me here.
This is not what I wanted.
I'm never what you wanted, Father. Or had you forgotten?
That's a big concern in Tevinter, then.
Only if you're trying to live up to an impossible standard. Every Tevinter family is intermarrying to distill the perfect mage, perfect body, perfect mind, the perfect leader. It means every perceived flaw, every aberration is deviant and shameful. It must be hidden.
Ok. Pues vete.
Your father might be here to reach out. You could give him a chance.
Let's just go.
Dorian, please. If you'll only listen to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. The resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
I only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. Your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
Ok. Hemos acabado, no lo de... es que estas cosas de repente...
You got a lot off your chest. Can't you give him a chance to do the same?
Tell me why you came.
If I knew, I would drive you to the Inquisition.
You didn't. I joined the Inquisition because it's the right thing to do. Once, I had a father who would have known that.
Once, I had a son who trusted me. A trust I betrayed. I only wanted to talk to him, to hear his voice again, to ask him to forgive me.
Ok. Eso pasa cuando la gente tiene complejos. Complejo B.
He says we're alike. Too much pride. Once I would have been overjoyed to hear him say that. Now I'm not certain. I don't know if I can forgive him.
He tried to change you.
Out of desperation. I wouldn't put on a show, marry the girl, keep everything unsavory private and locked away. Selfish, I suppose. Not to want to spend my entire life screaming on the inside. He was going to do a blood ritual. Alter my mind. Make me... acceptable. I found out. I left.
Can blood magic actually do that?
Maybe. It could also have left me a drooling vegetable. It crushed me to think he found that absurd risk preferable to scandal. Part of me has always hoped he didn't really want to go through with it. If he had, I can't even imagine the person I would be now. I wouldn't like that, Dorian.
Are you all right?
No, not really. You could have told me. Maybe I wouldn't have gone, maybe I would. How will I ever know? Why didn't you let me decide?
I should have. I'm sorry.
As am I. That you had to witness any of it. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
I think you're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day. Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
I don't know what you think you're doing.
I'm being clucked at by a hen,
Ay, ¿qué pasó?
Don't play the fool with me, young man.
If I wanted to play the fool, I could be rather more convincing, I assure you.
Your glib tongue does you no credit.
You'd be surprised at the credit my tongue gets me, Your Reverence.
¿Y ahora por qué se están peleando? Bueno, voy
Oh,
What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my undue influence over you.
It is just concern. Your worship, you must know how this looks.
You might need to spell it out, my dear.
This man is of Tevinter. His presence at your side, the rumors alone.
What's wrong with him being from Tevinter, specifically?
I'm fully aware that not everyone from the Imperium is the same.
How kind of you to notice. Yet still you bow to the opinion of the masses.
The opinion of the masses is based on centuries of evidence. What would you have me tell them?
The truth?
The truth is I do not know you, and neither do they. Thus, these rumors will continue.
Okay. Da igual, ¿no?
There's no cause for concern, Your Reverence.
With all due respect, you underestimate the effect this man has on the people's good opinion.
Do the people know how he's helped the Inquisition?
See, I meant no disrespect, Inquisitor. Only to ask after this man's intentions. If you feel he is without ulterior motive, then I humbly beg forgiveness of you both.
Sáquese, órale.
Well, that's something.
Don't listen to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
She does, actually. There are rumors, and her concern is well-meaning, if misplaced.
It doesn't matter.
Listen to you. It's good to be the Inquisitor. I should ask, do the rumors bother you?
Why should it bother me? Everyone's talking about the Inquisition.
That's good. I'd hate to think I brought you any grief. Perhaps it's odd to say, but I think of you as a friend, Inquisitor. I have precious few friends. I didn't think to find one here. Don't speak. I detest confessions, and I'd like to get this over with. Allow me to say I'll stand beside you, against Corypheus, my countryman, or spurious rumor, so long as you'll have me.
Ah, qué lindo. Ok.
Your worship.
Golpe de sombra mejorado. Cadena de agarre. Ya los tengo. subida de nivel. Ok. Creo que ya iré a un nuevo lugar. Según yo ya hablé con todos. Vamos con este dude de aquí.
From Haven's Fire come we, the able.
You're doing good work, boss. I like how this Inquisition is coming. Next time you're free, why don't you come grab a drink? I'll introduce you to the Chargers.
Can you tell me more about Saharon?
It was a damn ugly place. Only getting uglier when I left. Between the Fog Warriors, the Talvashath, my people, and the Vince, you were lucky to go a day without blood. What do you want to know?
What were the Fog Warriors like?
They were the worst of the rebels. They trained for stealth attacks. They made this fog. I never saw any mages, so I figured it was alchemy, not magic. They were almost invisible in it. I'd be on patrol in the market square. The fog would roll in, and before I knew it, half my squad dead without a sound.
It almost sounds like you admire them.
They didn't use poison. They didn't hurt civilians, and they were damn good fighters. You have to respect that. Plus, they hit the Vince as hard as they hit us. Hearing some terrified Magister scream, "My slaves! Where are my slaves?" in the fog always put a smile on my face.
Tell me about the Talvashath.
When Canary can't handle the fighting in Saharan or lose faith in the Qun, they go rogue. They flee into the wilderness and turn into bandits, attacking everyone. They're vicious, savage. You look at them and you can see why my people needed the Qun to stay civilized.
Isn't that what you did, though?
Hey, when I burned out, I didn't go rogue. I reported in and went where the Ben Hasrath sent me. I'm doing my job, serving the Qun out here. I'm not some bandit. I am nothing like them.
Tell me about the Tevinter people you fought.
The Vince sent forces to Saharan every autumn. Guess they didn't like the summer heat. We had some good fights on the beaches, standing in knee-high water foaming red with blood, ships on fire around us. The cities were worse. Free bit of advice. Don't let the Inquisition forces get suckered into urban combat.
Why do you hate Tevinter forces so much? What makes them so bad?
It's not their armies. It's their spies. They bloodied Saharan year-round, killing loyalists, supporting rebels. Alam had no city administrator. Nobody would accept the position. The last 4 who held it died inside a year. Trying to conquer a country is one thing. Making it so nobody can live there, that just screws everyone.
What are things like for the natives of Saharan?
I remember one guy. He made these things, fish wrapped in thin bread. Nice guy. Talked to him every morning. So, one time I'm asking about his bad back, and I see he's nervous, trying to tell me something with his eyes. Next thing I know, his assistants draw knives and come at my team. The rebels had forced him to poison my food.
And then?
I'd seen how nervous he was, so I hadn't eaten anything. A couple of my guys weren't so lucky. We killed the rebels. I lost 2 men to the poison, another to knife wounds. My friend who made the fish wraps died with a knife in his throat. Close quarters fight. He was caught in the middle. That is what things are like for the natives of Saharan.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Single targets. Then crowd work. The Inquisitor.
¿Qué vole?
Inquisitor.
¿Qué onda, dude? ¿No vas a platicar algo?
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
ya no hay nadie con quien platicar, creo. Ah, sí, ya sé cómo. Oh.
Inquisitor.
Oh. Muchísimos mensajes.
Worship?
¿Qué onda, dude?
And what else did Lady Forsythia say? That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition. Anything else? She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother.
That does sound like her.
Cheer up, Josie. We at least have her attention.
You always do find the brighter side of things.
We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Navarra, your worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task.
Should I post more guards outside your room?
That should be unnecessary, Inquisitor. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with a brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech.
Dealing with so many demanding, strong-willed people can't be easy.
It's no less intense than my days at court, Inquisitor, I assure you. But I confess I do miss my staff from the embassy in Antiva. It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them.
I have time if you'd like to review things with me.
I wouldn't wish to impose.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Well, I admit there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss. Right on the parlor floor, in front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests?
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Gennard still won't respond to our letters. And Sarah, can she not find a single overshirt without mustard stains on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
It went by so quickly, I didn't even notice.
You're far too polite. I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip.
You've been working continually since I met you, Josephine.
And that can't stop. I must be going. But I leave feeling less troubled than I have in weeks.
Bueno. Bueno, ese caballito, ¿qué onda?
Your worship.
Something wrong with your tea?
It is tea. I detest this stuff. But this morning, I need to shake the dreams from my mind. I may also need a favor.
You just have to ask.
One of my oldest friends has been captured by mages, forced into slavery. I heard the cry for help as I slept.
I'd be happy to help. What did these mages use to capture your friend? Blood magic?
A summoning circle, I would imagine.
I'm sorry?
My friend is a spirit of wisdom. Unlike the spirits clamoring to enter our world through the rifts, it was dwelling quite happily in the Fade. It was summoned against its will, and wants my help to gain its freedom and return to the Fade.
I thought spirits wanted to find their way into this world.
Some do, certainly. Just as many Orlesian peasants wish they could journey to exotic Rivain. But not everyone wants to go to Rivain. My friend is an explorer, seeking lost wisdom and reflecting it. It would happily discuss philosophy with you, but it had no wish to come here physically.
Do you have any idea what the mages want with your friend?
No. It knows a great deal of lore and history, but a mage could learn that simply by speaking to it in the Fade. It is possible that they seek information it does not wish to give, and intend to torture it.
All right. Let's go get your friend.
Thank you. I got a sense of my friend's location before I awoke. I'll mark it on our map.
Okay. Vientos. ¿Quién falta? Ah, sí, ya sé quién falta.
Inquisitor.
From Haven's fire come we, the able true, to Skyhold now, a fortress strong and free. We rally with our hero born anew.
Ole.
Demon armies and wardens, and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
Grupo sigue activo.
Is your network of contacts still active after what happened?
After Lord Arsehole and Vishel? Of course. He may have killed people, but that just means there's more who hate him. You should be one of them. But maybe not. So watch out for that.
We annoyed some nobles. Does that really help all that much?
Gets you paid, for one. You seem happy enough about that. I don't get what's so hard to understand. Your stuff works the same. Your Inquisition, I mean. Punch a bully, people like you. Do it because they asked, or let them think they asked. They like it even more. It's inspiring, even if it sometimes goes tits up and they take a hit back. You know, like Haven.
I get it, kind of. We just don't think of what you do as that kind of inspiration.
Well, we should take a good hard look at where our people come from. All the same people. At least my baddies are understandable. No kicking in the sky there.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, isn't it?
Según.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Okay, falta
Very
Cole.
well. Never trust half an elf.
So, Cole. Someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
Mice like cheese.
Do mice also like bowls of crushed mint?
That was for the cats.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint.
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
Aunque
I'll
creo
talk to
que
you
a este
later.
le falta una historia.
How do you know? He was their enemy the whole time, but she made him forget, so he could change.
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
Varric. Ah, ok, falta una. Bueno, dos.
Worship.
been told you have Alexius researching magic for you. Research is always what made him happiest. Perhaps I'll even go talk to him eventually. One word of advice. If he suggests altering time as a way to solve all your problems, give it a pass.
I should go.
Naturally.
¿Ah? Ok, ¿cómo subo?
Yes? The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling?
Oh, you are referring to my outburst in Haven. I am much better now. Justinia was such a dear friend, and there were so many things going wrong.
Sometimes it's best to talk these things out.
I was there when the hero Ferelden defeated the Archdemon. It took a great sacrifice, but it was worth it. We won the day, and I thought the Maker smiled on me. When the Divine requested my help, I went to her. I owed her that much. I sacrificed so much to do the Maker's work. But now, Justinia is dead. I was angry. I felt betrayed. But I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better of me. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You were grieving and upset. I understand.
Thank you. Now enough of this. Let us think more pleasant thoughts.
Anything I should know?
It seems that the Orlesian army is awaiting our next move. Some of the generals are sympathetic to our cause, others are still suspicious. Our actions are under a great deal of scrutiny.
Anything I should know?
I've agents stationed by the ruins of Haven, should Corypheus or his lackeys return. So far nothing, and the breach has been quiet for some time. There is something at least.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
I'll leave you to your
¿Cuál
work.
breach? O sea, ¿sigue abierta la breach? No la cerré. Tu caja bien tarde. ¿Qué onda, dude? ¿Cómo vas con la desintoxicación?
Gloat all you like. I have this one.
Are you sassing me, Commander? I didn't know you had it in you.
Why do I even... Inquisitor.
Leaving, are you? Does this mean I win?
Please, don't stop on my account.
All right. Your move.
You need to come to terms with my inevitable victory. You'll feel much better.
Really? Because I just won. And I feel fine.
Don't get smug. There will be no living with you.
I should return to my duties as well. Unless you would care for a game.
Va. Hello.
Prepare the board, Commander.
As a child, I played this with my sister. She would get this stuck-up grin whenever she won, which was all the time. My brother and I practiced together for weeks. Oh, the look on her face the day I finally won. Between serving the Templars and the Inquisition, I haven't seen them in years. I wonder if she still plays.
You have siblings?
2 sisters and a brother.
Where are they now?
They moved to South Reach after the Blight. I do not write to them as often as I should. Oh, it's my turn.
All right, let's see what you've got.
This may be the longest we've gone without discussing the Inquisition, or related matters. To be honest, I appreciate the distraction.
We've been through enough to drop the formalities and simply talk.
I suppose we have. I believe this one is yours. Well played.
Gané. Ok, ¿qué es esto? Leer. Dice, una carta. Querida mía, sigo con vida, tu querido hermano Colin. ¿En serio acaso es tan difícil? Creíamos que habías muerto. Otra vez. De no ser porque la Inquisición está en boca de todos, sino en boca de todos, y nos habríamos enterado de que su gran comandante sobrevivió al refugio. Últimamente hemos oído muchas cosas extrañas sobre los templarios. No me da ninguna pena que los hayas dejado. Pensaba que tu renuncia iba implícita con tu afiliación a la Inquisición, pero querías decir otra cosa, ¿verdad? Supongo que es una tontería pedirte que tengas cuidado, pero haz lo que puedas por seguir sano y salvo. Tu querida hermana, ¿ves cómo no era tan difícil? Mía. Ok, ¿qué onda, dude? ¿Cómo vas con...?
At your service.
¿Cómo?
Is there anything I should know?
I believe Dagna has settled in well. She's certainly very cheerful.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm concerned she'll cheerfully blow up Skyhold with one of her experiments. The risk is small at present.
Okay.
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
Okay.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Okay, gracias. Gracias. Ajá. Oh. Se hacía de haber dolido. Creo que es todo. ¿Qué onda?
Try not to touch the leeches. They are quite delicate.
Okay. ¿Qué? ¿Qué está? ¿Qué? Ya se te murió, madre. Esto es igual, dude. ¿Qué es esto? Vías espaciales. Dale. Ok, creo que lo mejor es
Greetings, Your Worship.
ya terminar. Ok. Mientras frasco de fuego está activo, todas tus técnicas funcionan sin tiempo de recarga. Ok. Cada técnica única que usas cuando frasco de fuego está activo aumenta su duración. ¿Cómo? Ah, ok, ya entiendo.
Inquisitor.
Ok, creo que es todo por ahora. Bueno, dejaré esta sesión aquí justo en el mapa. Esto fue Dragon Age Inquisition en Playing for Change. Yo soy Estel y me despido. Suscríbanse si es que alguien se ve, o si no lo quieren ver, y si lo quieren ver, digo, da igual. Este es un gameplay así todo con errores, wow, para que cualquiera lo vea. Me despido.